The Baltimore Ravens have a stacked football team. You have 2 top 10 tight ends in Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. And yes, I know Mark Andrews dropped the football. He cannot do that if he wants to be considered one of the best tight ends in the game. But he's still a top 5 tight end, even after that drop. Because a lot of people want to say, Patrick Mahomes is still a top 5 quarterback even after getting dominated in the Super Bowl. Mark Andrews is still a top 5 tight end even after dropping a football. Okay? Guys drop footballs. You have Derrick Henry, who is arguably the best running back in football. Obviously, we know it's Saquon Barkley, but a lot of people will argue that Derrick Henry is the most consistent and best running back in football. It's a 1A, 1B type situation. The Baltimore Ravens have a top 5 offensive line. Baltimore fans, you're not going to sit here and tell me the Baltimore Ravens don't have a top 5 graded offensive line. They're good on the offensive line. Very good year in and year out. You got Lamar Jackson, who can literally do it all until the playoffs come around. Outside of this year, I thought he did have a good playoff run this previous year. Outside of the 2 turnovers in the divisional game, he played pretty well within the offense. He still gave his team a chance at the end. I know the 2 turnovers kind of hurt them, but he still gave them a chance. He didn't play horridly out of those 2 compared to other playoff years. You remember when they played the Titans in back-to-back years? He was horrible in those games. Horrible. So in terms of offense, I think that the Baltimore Ravens are going to be a significantly better unit. Them and the Bills right now. With the Chiefs on the decline, I think them and the Bills are on their way up at the moment.
Do you think Lamar is going to come back this year? The fact that he sniffed like he sniffed it, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, bruh, I'm right there. Do you think he comes back with that kind of urge of wanting to get over the hump, or do you think that he just is going to play his game like he always does?
I don't think that. I think Lamar,
wait a minute. Did you just take a deep breath right now?
Because people. Viewers swear to God I hate Lamar. I don't hate Lamar. I think that he's a very talented quarterback. But I do think he buys in to what people say about him, unlike Jalen Hurts. Because Jalen Hurts has dealt with scrutiny and all that stuff. And what has he done? And played football. He's shut up and he's went out there, he's worked, and he's got better. You got Lamar, commenting on these content creators. You've seen the content creator that went viral where he commented on the Instagram post. MJ with the sports, he's an Eagles fan. And he commented on it and was like, yeah, you guys are always on my blah, blah, blah. I won't say it on here because this is a family show. But at the end of the day, Lamar has got to stop trying to be Superman. You have Derrick Henry. DP said it earlier. Use your weapons. Jalen's doing it right now and won him a Super Bowl. Use your weapons and play your game.
So do you think that that's his fault or Harbaugh?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of the 2. Yeah. I don't think it's all on Lamar. Like, in no way am I saying that this is all Lamar's fault, because Lamar has bad playoff games, but so do his teammates. His teammates don't really show up either. His defense has – go ahead.
Because if we talk about that, what you just talked about, I want to rewind. You just talked about that catch that should have been caught by Andrew.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews. Why they didn't do a play call for it? I mean, it almost makes you think about the Marshawn Lynch thing with Pete Carroll, right? Like, why didn't you give it to Derrick Henry? So that's what I'm saying. Can we fault? I mean, yeah, he had 2 turnovers. I mean, Lamar had 2 turnovers. But if you would have gave it to, we're saying with the what ifs, but what if we gave it to Derrick Henry? Will we see them in that AFC Championship? You get what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
How much is it like Lamar, and how much is it the play calling?
I think in any system, it's always 50-50, right? Like there's times when the play calling fails you. There's time when your quarterback makes the wrong move. I think this playoff game specifically, it was a combination of the 2. Lamar had the fumble that led directly to a touchdown. That interception was a vast overthrow. It didn't lead to points, but it cost his team points. And then you get on the goal line, and that was the right play call. Okay, Mark Andrews was wide open. He was wide open. He just dropped it. And if you want to be a top 5 tight end in the league, you just can't drop it. I'm not going to put
same play. He dropped it, and when they're playing against the Steelers, the same exact play on the goal line.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not going to. But that's a Mark Andrews problem. I don't think that's a Harbaugh problem. I think that's a Mark Andrews problem because he's wide open. You are so like Dallas Goedert catches that football. Right, like Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta, all those guys, they're catching that football. George Kittle, they're going to catch that football today. Yeah. Brock Bowers, great example. Brock Bowers is a rookie. He's catching that football. So I think that's on Mark Andrews solely, and I think he knows that. Comes back to work, he'll be fine. But for those reasons, I had the Ravens at 2, and I don't think anybody should have them any lower than that because they score points and they're great.